No.
All right, so we're live now. Thank you for allowing that. Appreciate it. Okay, so bro, first of all, welcome and congratulations. You know, it's not a small thing, right? I like to share a quick, brief story, and that's how I connect with it. So you know, one of the uncles, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which means peace be upon him, he had one uncle, right, who was very supportive of his work. You know, he was like, okay, you know, I support him. Let him, don't block him. Let him talk to people. Let him do his thing. And he was a supporter of Islam, but not someone who accepted Islam as a religion, right? So he's supporting, but he did not accept. So when he was dying, right? So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he encouraged him, you know, say this kalima, right, the shahada that you recited, and he didn't do it, right? He just said, no, I don't want to leave the culture, the thing of my people, right? But because he was so shy, he didn't have that, you know, that courage, if you will. So the point being that, you know, it takes courage to go against the norm, the family, however you're brought up with, and you know, it's your sincerity, and also more importantly, the blessing from Allah, and the facilitation from Allah. So you know, it's a really great thing that Allah has facilitated that for you. Congratulations, man.
Thank you, thank you.
And you know, so follow up on that is like, you know, this phone, right now it keeps showing me low battery. So the reason I'm saying this is, you know, you got to keep charging the phone, right?
Yeah.
Same thing is, we have to keep our faith charged. It's not like you have it and you won't lose it. The charge goes up and down, right? So the more we practice, the more we obey, the more we are submissive, that keeps the charge going up. The more we get distracted, because everyone, you know, your work, your friends, your family, culture, old habits, they're going to all pull you, right?
Sure.
In different directions. And, you know, many times, oh, I'm busy, right? Yes, everybody is busy, right? It's about making time, right?
Agreed.
Making time for things that are important. So that's what we want to do with you and all of our new Muslims. We don't just like come in, take the shahada, and, you know, we don't do like, if you need anything, call us. We will be calling you, right?
Yeah.
So because it's a brotherhood, sisterhood, we call ourselves coaches, right? Which means that, you know, we will hold you accountable, will gently push you, gently remind you, so that we keep going forward.
That's
How does
good.
that sound?
I like that. It's a good thing to have, because yeah, I mean, there's so many things going on and distractions that come about, so it's kind of good to have that support.
Right. But I mean, so we definitely, like, you know, we want you to set your goals, right? But at the same time, we want us to keep moving, and we want you to be accountable. And so, you know, the email I sent you, you know, if you had a chance to look at it, we divided it into 4 components, right? So the first component is motivation. Okay, because you know, when you go out, right? So let me try to think. When I look around me, like sometimes I see an ad for a burger, right? Sometimes I see an ad by a real estate agent to buy a home. Sometimes I see an ad for a vacation or food or whatever. You know, different things, different. But I don't see, you know, in general, you won't see people saying, you know, worship God, be a nice man, be a good man, pray. You know, do things that are permissible, leave things that are forbidden by God, not by human beings, but by God, right? Nobody does that usually, right? You don't see that in your face. So same things that, you know, to be honest, like you don't even see, you know, ads for being healthy, right? Because you may see an ad for Coca-Cola, Pepsi, but you wouldn't see an ad to eat healthy, because it costs money to have ads, and you know, you can't do that. So if someone wants to be healthy, what should they do from a content consumption perspective?
Being healthy, definitely watching what you eat and eating the proper foods is a big one.
Right. And I think, like, for me, I'm saying that you need that motivation, right? Because if I'm surrounded by people, or if I'm surrounded by ads that are, you know, taking me away from it, so I need to be watching content and being around people who are conscious about their choices about what they eat. So that's our first thing, motivation. So we, you know, in the email, I've suggested you some YouTube channels, for example, right? Or some social media. So if you subscribe to it, you know, even if you're scrolling through it, you know, you will see some content that will remind you of God, of worship, of prayers, and what have you. And if you want to take it the next level, then there are apps that I've suggested. If you download those apps and you make a habit that, okay, 10 minutes every day, I will watch 1 or 2 videos on that app. Right now, 10 minutes every day doesn't look like a lot, but 10 minutes over a year is like 36,500 minutes. See, just 10 minutes a day, it becomes your 36,500 minutes of content consumption, right? That you could be learning gradually and systematically. So that's our first component, which is motivation, which you can do by content or by surrounding yourself with the right people. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. And that's something I've been definitely already implementing into my daily life. It's kind of why I minimize the different social medias that I have. I only have about two. And I spend if I am on my phone and on social media, I'm usually on TikTok. And luckily through, the algorithm and how it's been working, it's changed up my content consumption by placing a lot of stuff that has to do with Islam and understanding, and not just the guys that originally kind of put me onto this whole thing from Light Upon Light, but it's their content and other pages as well, and it's kind of pushing out all the other stuff that really isn't important for me, out of being the stuff that's being placed on my TikTok For You page and whatnot. So I definitely understand how it can definitely make a big difference, and I've been trying to do that. So I just subscribe to those channels as well. I've downloaded some of the apps so that I can, take the next steps to make sure that it basically becomes my life.
Fantastic, great. Now, so before I talk about the second component, which is very important, actually, let me talk about it. So the second component of our approach, bro, is now we also need to do some technical learning, right? So for example, in Islam, there is the very basic set of rituals or worship that's a very foundational that everyone should do, right? And then you can do extra, you're encouraged to do extra, but the bare minimum thing is, the second pillar of Islam is the 5 daily prayers.
Yeah.
Right. So now so those 5 daily prayers are done in specific time intervals. Does that make sense? And
Yeah.
and there's a specific way of doing it, right? From a movement, the movement of the body to the words that we say is all same across the globe, right? It's the same that the Prophet Muhammad directly taught us, him learning from Allah via angel Gabriel or otherwise, but he teaching the people the same words. So it's a very consistent thing that, all around the globe. So that would require some effort, right? But again, even as I said, like, let's say if they're like 40 lines of prayers, if you do 1 line a day, or even if you do 1 line a week, you're done in like 30 weeks, right? Yeah. But sometimes people like neglect it. And I know people who have converted like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, bro, do you know how to pray? No, right? Now, I'm not judging them or anything, but I'm saying that, okay, look, if you put in effort, you're going to see the results. If you don't put in effort, it's not going to happen, right?
Yeah.
So we work on that with you, like, to have that technical learnings, you can choose, I'm going to do like 1 line a day, or I'm going to do 1 line a week. That's up to you, right? We can then facilitate for you according to your speed, inshallah. Inshallah means God willing. I guess you know that, right?
Say that one more time.
Inshallah means God willing.
Oh yeah, inshallah.
So sometimes I speak Arabic words. I think I'm fairly conscious not to do a lot of that, but if I do, you don't understand, just feel free to ask.
Will do.
All right. And then the third and fourth component for us is like, okay, bro, what's your goal, right? What do you want to do this week, right? So you could add in your fitness goal too, or your skill or regular goals as well. But we want to make sure that, okay, Allah has made 5 prayers obligatory, right? So we can't change that. I can't say it's okay for you to pray 1 prayer, right? However, what I can say is 1 is better than 0, right? And 2 is better than 1, and 4 is better than 2, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So, but so if you say, okay, no, you know what, no matter what, I'm gonna at least do 2 prayers or 1 prayer, and then I'm gonna build on that, and I'm gonna do the Friday prayer. Those things are important conversations to have, right? Because if you think about it, you measure it, that's how you grow. Does that make sense?
Yeah, understood.
Yeah, so this is what we want to do in a general thing. Now, for a mass level thing, so I have a group of brothers, we get together Monday night. Okay, so Monday night we do around 8:30 Eastern, so 7:30 Central. If you're available, you're welcome to join in. If you want, I can add you to that group as well. So it's a WhatsApp group of some brothers. We try to get together Monday night and we read Quran And some people have time, they just chill and hang out and talk about life. But we also read Quran, the translation of Quran, and we think about it and see how we can apply it in our life.
Cool. Yeah, I'm up for that.
Okay, so I'm going to send you an invite for that and add you to the WhatsApp group, inshallah, God willing. And so for that, we use Google Meet. Have you heard of Google Meet before?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, so I'll send you a link so you can download that app, because it's on a different app. So we use that so you can then join in, inshallah. I would highly suggest that you visit your local mosque, right? So the zip code that you sent me, I found like 3 or 4 mosques around it.
Yeah.
Now, some mosques may be small, not very active, some may be big and more active. So that stuff I don't know. So you'll have to maybe judge, or it will be like a trial and error sort of thing, right? And then you'll figure out which mosque, and but one thing I say is, like, think of mosque as your as something to serve you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's not like, oh, because you're the new guy here, doesn't matter. Right? It's for everyone, right? So feel at home there, make yourself comfortable there. If something is not, you can ask, right? You can change, things like that. So you don't owe anyone anything, like, you don't need to explain to anyone, but you just be friendly, you meet people, be yourself, and that's how you'll be happy there, inshallah. And some mosques may have programs too, right? Sometimes they have like classes, sometimes they have social events and things like that. So all these things can help you, right? If you have local brothers and sisters that are around you, community, that will be helpful. I don't, do you have any Muslim friends, or?
No, I don't, not yet.
Okay. Yeah. So I think we would definitely encourage you to, so let's make a target. Do you think you'll be able to visit one of the mosques this week?
Yeah, definitely. I'll definitely, if anything, I'll see if I can make some time for tomorrow.
Okay. What about your Friday afternoons? How do they look right now? Like 1-ish or 2-ish?
To my understanding, I should be free. So.
Okay. Yeah, because so one prayer that's really important for Muslims is the Friday congregational prayer.
Okay.
So that's the prayer where you will see most Muslims, because regular prayers, some people pray at home, some people pray at work, but for Friday prayers, people come down to the masjid.
Gotcha.
The mosque, right? And it's usually like in 1 hour, right? So different mosques, and I think because of parking and all that, many mosques, especially in Toronto, they have like 2 or 3 prayers.
Gotcha.
I mean, 2 or 3 services, if you will. So check out, like, the ones in your area. Usually you'll see Friday, and if you like any of the mosques I sent you, let me know. I can help you see, okay, what are their Friday prayer times?
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So any question that comes to your mind?
Right now, no. Kind of everything's been like placed out there for me, which I really do appreciate it, because at first it can be a little confusing, but having someone like yourself to kind of guide me in the right direction definitely makes things a lot easier.
No problem. I'll be sending my invoice on like the 10th of every month.
Cool.
Just kidding. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. I want to kind of show you around on some of the apps.
Okay.
All right. So do you see a button on your screen that says share screen or something?
Let's see. Maybe on more. I do not actually. Stop.
Okay, so
mute, zoom, flip camera.
Share, there's nothing like that.
Let's see, maybe meeting settings.
Zoom. Let me see. So you are on your Apple phone, right?
Correct. Always show meeting controls, touch up appearance, stop incoming videos. Yeah, no, I do not see that actually. Oh, you know what? I'm blind. It's right here.
Is it asking?
It says only the host can share in this meeting.
Okay, I'm gonna make you host. Okay, don't kick me out though, right? I saw this funny video on the internet, like there was like, COVID time, teacher was teaching the students, and then my student was like, yeah, I want to share my screen, teacher, can you make me a host? And she made him the host, and then he kicked out the teacher.
I think I saw that too.
All right, so you're the host now.
Just share. There we go. Share screen.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I think that's right.
So are you sharing? So I want you to like show me the apps that, so I can walk you through it, or I can share my screen and then show you. Either ways will work.
Let's see.
So go back to your screen. Don't come back to Zoom, right? Just, I think when you go back and open the app, it will come up here. I think if you're sharing.
Let's see. So I'm on my home page. Can you see that?
No. So have you turned on the sharing? Let me see. Oh, maybe hang on a second. My bad. It could be.
Screen.
So it asked you so you said yes to the sharing a screen, right?
Yeah.
That's weird.
And then do I select start broadcast? Is that what it is?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, start broadcast.
Okay, there we go. That's what it was.
Nice. Yeah, now I can see it. All right.
Cool. So I've got the learning to pray. Where's my other ones? I got these here. Learning to pray, my prayer space.
Yeah, okay. So yes. All right. So okay, let's start with the one on the top right. It's called ATHAN. That we're gonna start with that.
Cool.
Okay, skip on top right. Yeah. Continue. So we'll pick your location. So get my location. Yep. All right.
Prayer alerts, cool, all that. Awesome.
Right. Okay, so if you can you move that? You see my image? Yeah, move that around. Yeah, or minimum. Yeah, good. All right. So yeah, click on next. Okay, fantastic. So now on the bottom, you see, home and prayer time. So I'd like you to click on prayer times. Yeah, it's filled with ads. Sorry about that. Okay. Cool. All right. So here are the prayer times, right? So let me help you understand this. So first thing, prayers are an interval, right? So it's a way of you to stop whatever you're doing and pray and have a conversation with God one-on-one.
Gotcha.
Okay. And you can do that pretty much anytime in general. However, like you could be sitting here and say, so for example, if me saying, may Allah bless you, right? That's a prayer, right? Gotcha. But this prayer that we're talking about is a formal prayer, which the Prophet has taught us. It has to be done, in specific times in a specific manner. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Good. All right. Close the ad. Okay. So this is how you read the interval. So the first prayer starts at 4:56 a.m.
Okay.
And it ends at 6:33 a.m.
Okay.
Okay. So you can pray anytime. You can pray at 5 o'clock, 5:30, 5:45, 6 o'clock, even 6:15, and you will be within the prayer interval.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But can you pray at 4 a.m.?
Usually sometimes I'm up around like 5 o'clock. So like 4:56.
Yeah, right. But I'm saying that, okay, but so you can pray at 4 a.m. as well, but that wouldn't be counted as your first prayer, which is called Fajr.
Gotcha.
Right? So it has to be in the interval.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying.
Okay. Now the second prayer you have is 1:32. It starts at 1:32.
Okay.
And you can pray it all the way up to 5:07.
So between that time period.
Right. Then the third prayer would be 5:07 to 8:31.
Okay. I get that.
Right. And then 8:31 to 10:01 p.m. And then the last prayer is a bit tricky. So without going into details, I would say, pray within the first 1.5 hours to 2 hours. the last
Okay.
prayers. So, the 10 o'clock prayer, try to pray within like 1.5 hours in general. I can tell you the details, but you can ask me later, but I don't want to make it too much today, right?
Okay, understood.
Okay, good. So yeah, basically these are your 5 meetings. Now, here is something you can do, okay? Now, it's not ideal, but I'm just telling you as it's better than nothing, okay? So let's say, so obviously your morning prayer is by itself, right? You have to pray morning by itself. Now, what you can do, let's say, for your afternoon prayer, let's say you take a break, or you take a break around 4:30, right? You go, you clean up, and then you pray your afternoon prayers at 4:30, right? Which prayer would you be praying then?
That would be, sorry, let me close that. The second prayer, correct?
Yes. Now, by the time you will be done, most likely you will be, close to 5 or 7. So you can then pray your third prayer as well.
Gotcha.
Right. So it's not ideal. This is not the norm, but I'm saying look, I mean, if it's better than not praying, right? So you kind of pray two prayers together. You're still praying within time, but you're kind of doing it all together. That's not ideal, but it's better than nothing.
Okay.
And then you can do the same thing for the evening prayer, right? So let's say you start around 9:30, you pray, that will take care of your fourth prayer. And by the time you're done, you will be in the time prayer of the next one, and you can pray your next prayer.
Gotcha.
Okay. So that's one of the key things I wanted to show you on this app. There's 2 other things that are here. I'll quickly show it to you. One is if you click on the right of prayer time, which says Al-Quran. Okay, click on Sahih International, the first one. Yeah. So now this is like, Quran is 114 chapters. So these are all the chapter names. You can click on play and you can actually listen to it, and you can read the translation as well.
Oh, sweet.
So it's in the same app. Okay. The next button is, it has some ways of asking Allah and talking to Allah. That's called dua. Dua means to ask Allah.
Dua.
That's on the right of Quran.
Oh, gotcha. I see it.
Right. So actually, what you see here is there are a specific. You don't have to do this, but if you wanted to, there is a conversation and asking for blessing for each of the occasion that the Prophet has taught us. So you can see for sleeping, for toilet, for mosque, for prayer, for home, everything has a prayer. So this is not a must on you, but if you want to, you can take a look at it. That will help you become even more aware and conscious of Allah.
Okay.
All right. Okay, now click on more. Okay, so there's many other things here. The one key thing I want to show you is, the fourth button, which says Qibla direction. And don't worry, and because you have allowed me recording, I will provide you a recording. So if you ever want to review it, and hopefully it will be beneficial for other new Muslims as well, you can go back to it. Okay, so do you know we pray in the direction of Mecca?
Yes, I read on that.
Which is right, which is Saudi, right? So from Canada or anywhere in North America, it's typically northeast.
Okay.
So wherever you are, you can find the northeast direction. You can use the compass, or if you know where northeast is, you can pray in that direction. If you don't know, let's say you don't have phone, you don't have anything, the prayer time is happening, then you do your best guess and you pray.
Okay.
So one thing I'm going to show you is, like, if you move your phone around, does the direction stays the same or not?
Yes, it does.
Okay, good. Because sometimes if it doesn't, then what they say is, like, if you move your phone in the direction of 8 or something like that, then it becomes stable, because sometimes the magnet is not stable, so you may not see a consistent direction.
Gotcha.
Fantastic. All right, good. So that was your quick demo of this app. I'm going to show you another app.
Okay.
All right. So the next app we will be taking a look at is called My Prayer. The blue one, yeah. Yeah, you don't. Yeah, okay, fine. But yeah, so we won't be using this for direction or prayer times. We will just use it for learning. It also has prayer times, but I noticed that some of, like, especially the morning prayer is a bit skewed, so I don't use it.
Okay.
I don't. If you can skip location service, okay, fine. Yeah, skip this. All right, get started. Okay, let's give it location.
I guess it's.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so if you click on the top right, you know those three buttons, three layers. Okay, so it has a lot of other things. What we will use it is only the second section, which is learn. All right. So the first section is wudu, ablution. Okay. So look, the first two things are text, right? It shows you what it is, how, you know, what nullifies it, and then it shows you the video, right? So you see the video symbol, it will actually show you a video of it.
Okay.
And then the last one, with your tutorial, click on that. No, go back. The video yeah. So see, now this is showing you in pictures.
Okay.
So if you swipe right, it will show you like, you know, how to do it. Okay.
Gotcha.
So this is going to be your homework, and then we'll follow up about it next week. Now, quick thing about wudu. So wudu is a state. Okay. So when you clean up yourself, you are in a state of wudu.
Okay.
You will not come out of that state unless you do one of the few things. So go back. Like, yeah, just click on the back, the top.
Oh, my bad.
No, yeah. So click on actions which nullify wudu. So if you do any of these things, then you come out of the state of wudu.
Okay.
Otherwise, you remain in the state of wudu. Is that making sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, so you don't have to be in the state of wudu all the time, but you have to be in the state of wudu before you pray the formal prayer.
Okay.
Right? So, you know, the Fajr, Dhuhr, Asr, so you have to be in the state of wudu for that. Okay, you can go back. So that will be your homework to take a look at it. Now go back and I'll show you the other sections. Okay, swipe right. Or swipe, yeah. So now this will click on it. So just like we had for wudu, this will give you a step-by-step tutorial of how do we pray.
Perfect.
So as you look at it, if you come across questions, just send me a text or actually, you know what? I'll message you on iMessage. On iMessage, you can do voice recordings as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll use iMessage.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so that's good, because then if I need to give you a longer explanation, I'll do it on iMessage.
Okay, that works.
All right, so go back and swipe left. So now this is the section that's going to show you all 5 daily prayers. Now, some people, you see all these 5 prayers that we saw earlier, it will show you videos of that and text of that.
Sweet.
So some people, when they're starting, you know, you're praying by yourself, they probably play it on their phone, they put it on the floor, and then they just follow along.
Okay.
So that's one option.
That'll be helpful for sure.
All right. Now, you know, I just want to show you one thing. I know I've talked a lot. Maybe I'll show you 2 more things for today, and then we'll let you go, and then we could follow up. So if you go back, so there's another app that I got you to download. I don't know if you will need it. I'll just quickly show it to you. So go back to your home screen. You know, see this green app, Pray Space, above T-Mobile? Oh, you have Telegram. Do you use Telegram?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So that's good to know. But I guess, yeah, we'll just keep on text and okay, so, you know, just skip or swipe or what have you. So this could be another thing that you can use as you're praying. It has like text and audio, but depending on which style you prefer. I've been told that most people prefer the My Prayer style, so I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
But this is another way of, so yeah, if you just go, yeah, so go back, go through it, and then it will show you the app. Get started. So you see that it gives you step by step, and then if you click on play, it will recite that part, and it's also showing you transliteration of it. Allahu Akbar.
Oh, that's
So when we start, you
perfect.
say Allahu Akbar. So that's a different way of so there's different ways of learning. Different people prefer different ways. So that's another way for you. And then you can, if you want, you can hold it in your hand and you can pray along it. You can keep swiping and then pray. And you can also play the individual thing, and then you can try to say the same thing.
Perfect. I like that.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, I want to show you one more thing. You would have to go to my email for that, if that's okay.
Okay. Is it this one?
Yeah. Okay. So we talked about this, right? These 4 components of us. All right, and then I keep going. So these are okay. So now, sorry, we'll go up. So this is like the courses, right? So if you want to take some online learning courses that teach you about Islam. So right now we're only focusing on praise, right? There's also other things about Islam. So if you want to learn about it, I suggest that these are all free online courses. New Muslim Academy or New Muslim iERA, both are free portals that you can check out, and then you can learn from that.
Perfect.
So as I said, like you just block an hour, just go through some of that, and then you can say, okay, Zubair, I'm gonna do X, Y, Z for next week, right? Whatever you choose, right? I can just show you some options, right? If you like to read, then there's a PDF that I've linked there.
Okay. Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Okay. So today I'm just giving an overview like on what's there, and then you can choose what you like, and then we'll go from there, inshallah. Okay. Yeah, okay. And then if you want like some general content, and I've put in like two YouTube channels that have good content for basics. If you like, you can subscribe to that if you use YouTube. Do you use YouTube?
Yeah, I do. I subscribe to 1 or 2 of those channels that you sent me.
Okay, good. And subscribe to my channel too, Coach Zubair. Just kidding. All right, keep scrolling.
No, yeah, if you're on there, I definitely will.
Okay, actually, I'm going to take you there in a second. So I'm setting you up for that. Okay, yeah. So here, so I wanted to show you this thing, right? When you're praying, we use Arabic, right? So based on my experience, I found that if I break the Arabic into syllables and represent it using English letters, that makes it easy for many converts. So the link that says bit.ly prayer translate, click on that. Okay, now scroll down. Keep scrolling. Okay, so this is basically the table of contents, for every position. So you can click on it, it will take you there, or we can just keep scrolling.
Okay.
All right. So you see, so this is how I brought it down, right? So the first line says Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar. Okay.
The next one says A'udhu billahi minash shaytanir rajim. Okay. I mean, I know it's hard for you to say now, and I don't want you to get into it the moment, but the point is that it will just walk you through the whole prayer.
Okay.
Now, perhaps you would say, hey, I wish if the document can actually talk. Right? Like if you can actually listen to me saying this, right?
Yeah.
That would be cool, right?
That definitely would.
Okay, so go back to my email. Okay, so you see where it says accompanying audios of pronunciation and very brief empowerment?
Yeah.
So that's a playlist. Click on it. So this has 30 videos. How many?
Oh, sweet.
And it's like only 2 minutes each on average.
Okay. Perfect.
So it covers each of those lines that we just saw. So I will actually, okay, so this is good. So subscribe, that's good. I'm like, what, 44 down to 1,000. Not bad. Okay, so this is, so if you, as I was saying, if you take one a week or one a day, in 30 days, you will cover everything.
Okay.
Okay, so you just keep scrolling, it's going to tell you it's 30 videos.
Okay.
And the first one is just, actually it's only 28, nice. Yeah, so basically 28 and first are intros, is technically it's only 27 videos.
Okay.
Because the first one and the last one, it's not like anything learning, it's just like, okay, where to go next. And the first one is just going to introduce about this series.
Gotcha.
So it's like 27, 28. Okay, good. So yeah, just go back to my email one more sec.
Yeah.
All right, scroll down. Yeah, so these are apps you've already downloaded. Keep going. Okay. Yes, I think that's it. Okay, yeah. So, and then if you want more than the other document, this one, like, you know, for the learning that has other stuff, but for now, we've done more than enough. So yeah, you can just come out of it. You can also stop sharing your screen. Let me see your beautiful face.
Let's see where we're at.
There you go. All right, fantastic, bro. Yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do, any questions?
So far not. Everything's kind of been covered here, so it's definitely makes it pretty easy.
Right. So this is what I'm saying, like, you know, carve out time for this, for learning, for keeping yourself motivated, surround by yourself by people of religion. We'll work on your technical learning and how to pray. We'll talk about your goals. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the recording now so we can just have some personal conversation, like, you know, so to connect, which I didn't want to have it recorded, right? So let me just stop the recording.